the depths of Chicago, live and direct, it's the Rico No Suave Show, starring Rico No Suave, with co-host Valerie Malesio, featuring special guests every Saturday. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Rico No Suave. Ritmo.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. Woo! It's your boy Rico No Suave here on the 1-2-1-2, ready to go with each and every one of you guys here on Jueves. Man, it is a Thursday, everybody. I am super happy to actually be here with you guys on a special night because we always have special people with us on our show. And of course, give it up for my girl, Valerie Malesio. What's up, Valerie? What's going on?
Hey.
Man, welcome to the show. Welcome back on a Thursday, huh?
We're here on a Thursday.
Yeah.
You know what, though? It feels good.
It does.
It feels real good.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. Sun is shining.
That's right.
You know, we got a great interview for everybody today.
Man, I'm ready to get right into it. But yeah, I am here for Thursday. But everybody, I want you guys to make sure that you continue to tune in, support our show. But also, everybody,
Yes.
I want you guys to make sure you tell everybody about the show, the upcoming shows that we have coming up as well, too, because we love that you guys are supporting. But don't forget to ask questions. Don't forget to comment. We are responding to your comments as well, too, because we want to make sure that we focus on you as well as our
Absolutely.
guests, right?
Yes.
You guys make our show so beautiful. But let's get right into it. This gentleman here, everybody, hey, I love him. I love him even only 10 or 15 minutes I only met him. I love him, right? I love him because he changed his name in the middle of us talking. I'm like, man, you know what? You are unique, sir.
Yep.
This gentleman is
Boss
the founder
move.
of the AMG Group. A big organization and also very successful. He is located, of course, in Toronto, Canada, right? Doing great things in film, music, and also television, everyone. I want you guys to stand up. I want you guys to stand up and salute my man because his name is Mark S. Berry. Let's go. Woo! What's up, Mark? How are you, sir?
Yeah, what an intro.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
You know, I had another one for you, Mark, and I was like, but when you put the S in
Right.
there, I couldn't call you nothing else.
That's like Mark Superberry.
Right. But Mark, man, it's so great to have you here on the show with us today. Like I said, I'm very privileged to actually have you here, as well as I got to give a big shout out to, of course, Beatrice Davis for actually connecting us together so you can do this interview with us. She is, man, she is a beast.
She
is a
is.
beast. She is a
Beatrice
beast.
Davis.
Oh,
Thank you,
man.
thank you.
So, Mark S. Berry, let's get right into it, sir. Let's get right into it. So tell us, how did you get started with the AMG Corp?
So the AMG Corp started probably in the early 90s. I had done a deal with a Canadian media giant called Alliance Atlantis. And I met a guy named Robert Lantos, who's in the film. And Alliance Atlantis was actually a block away from where I lived in Toronto, in Bloor Street. And they bought a publishing company called TMP. And I did a deal public-wise with TMP. And that's getting my songs and copyrights and masters that I was, of the very artists that I was producing, into Alliance Atlantis featuring film and Alliance Atlantis television film. So that's the formation of AMG, because I suddenly realized that, okay, man, I can make $10,000 for a client by putting one song in a movie. So it was great revenue. It was continuous. Toronto's a tremendous and So there's a lot of content down here, international and domestic. So that's how AMG got started, and really in the publishing sector. And then I continued to produce records and then my own and that content for to this full-scale production, co-financing deals and involved in television show development and all the music catalog, publishing catalog. AMG now owns those music publishing entities. We put a lot of music into feature-length film and television program, and we acquire music ownership from catalog. So that's, in a nutshell, that's how it got started.
All right. All right.
Awesome.
You know, I mean, being in, you know, with film and, you know, also, you know, with television and also with music, you know, your background when it comes to music is extensive. And when I saw, you know, when I did see, yes, of course, your portfolio as far as your photos, you know, I'm like, yeah, this gentleman is a music man, but he's also fit for television as well, too, when I saw it.
Right.
So, you know.
It's funny. The whole business has changed now. It's all media related. It's no longer, you know, the music, film, television business. It's no longer segregated. They all talk to one another. Now more so than ever. Yeah. Especially the music. Just look at the new Top Gun movie, Maverick. I mean, the soundtrack is low, and that just increases sales and keeps people interested in it. And you got major artists, and you know, so it's all the media business now. And I think I made the right move in, even though it's so scary, you know, in film and television area, because you're making records for $100,000, you're making movies for $5 million.
Oof.
Wow.
I'll take 100.
And you know,
I'll take 100K.
You don't. I'll just whistle in a movie and. You know. But you don't always think about how much that kind of meshes together. Right. You know, I mean, Disney makes a killing with their music. Yes. You know, because you think movie, and that's the end of the game, but. You have the movie, the soundtrack, the merchandise, everything.
Yeah, like what's Disney without music in, you know, Aladdin? Right.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And Frozen.
Big component.
So you know, you did make some good points there when it comes to putting it all together. Yeah. You know, because normally I think about those separately for some apparent reason.
I think us on the civilian side of things.
Right.
You know, we don't think about it all being part of a package. Right. But if you think about it, without all those components, it wouldn't be as amazing as it is when it comes to film. And, you know. Right. So, yeah, I thank you for laying that out because. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people don't think about it like that.
and how often does a movie soundtrack help to carry the movie? The movie might not have been that great and critically panned, but it was the soundtrack that carried the movie because you had all these great parts in the soundtrack, and you get to see them in the movies.
Right. You know, you're bringing me back a little bit because you're right, because there were some movies that I didn't really want to watch, but I just bought the soundtrack.
I can tell you one right now. Off the top of my head was Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown?
Wow. I bought that soundtrack before I even saw the movie.
Yeah, that's an awesome soundtrack, right?
Yeah, and you know, it's so crazy that you talk about that, because now, like, when I used to go and get CDs, I used to look for the soundtrack. I'm like, man, that gotta be a nice soundtrack. But you know what gives it away sometimes too is the trailer. The trailer, when it actually has the trailers and the actual movies, the trailers for the movies and the music that's behind them, like, no, they didn't put that song in there. Right. Oh my God.
Right.
Well, they did the thing on the Teton soundtrack. They incorporated several songs from the original movie into new artists. You got new artists to the new version. So they were really smart with the soundtrack this time. They knew the people wanted to hear Kenny Loggins
Right.
Well, I guess it would be what kind of audience you're targeting with your film, right?
Kitty Loggins.
I mean, you never know.
That danger song, going on in the background.
The danger zone, yeah. Welcome to the danger zone. Yeah, I like that. See, now all of a sudden, man, I got to go and listen to that song on Spotify now.
Yeah,
right?
That was such a great song.
That was. So the AMG Corp, it's, so how many people is involved with the corporation or AMG Corp?
There's two main people involved in the thing of the company. That's myself and Executive Vice President Dwayne Bartley.
Okay.
And we have employees, staffers. Some are local and some are international. And we have a great turnaround of great interns that come into us from all over the world, looking to get some more knowledge about this cool media business and how it works today. And hanging in our office for a day, it's like the war zone. So it's like right in the middle of it.
Nice. I like that. I like the word. I like the word that you actually brought up, which is experience for interns, right? Because we all started at one point in time in the business, and now as far as we understand, up and coming interns that's coming up in the media, and now everything is pretty much like you said is media itself, and
right.
it's really it's really great to be able to have that team. To be able to, help build the vision, right? Or keep the vision going as well.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
I just want to go to a comment from one of our viewers.
What happened?
I just want to go to a comment
sure.
from one of our viewers.
Yes.
So John T. for free, thank you so much for joining us. Says, we were talking about music and about the movies.
Correct.
He said, music was a better addition to movies than talking is.
Yeah.
Or talking was.
Yeah, it's
Music makes us sing. Music makes us sing.
It does.
It does, Mark.
It totally sets the tone.
It does, and I think that's such a great comment from John. I think that's such key because we talked about the soundtrack, and now I'm like dueling it in, thinking about what soundtracks I want to listen to after the show. So, I think that's gonna be good. So your company is growing. You got interns that's giving that experience, and we know how big the media is for the AMG Corp. But there's also, we kind of talked about in your bio how you returned to New York. And you got into the hip hop scene. What was it like as a staff engineer as you were coming up, with dealing with different groups and rock stars? There's some rock stars out there.
That's a great question.
Well, I came back from. I went to escape the Vietnam War and what was bringing to us. So I graduated from high school. Next day, I was on an airplane. I was out of it. So, and they're just pounding on doors. And the kid got a job with Surgeon Martin, who and started looking at just this thing, get your guy, roll up the mic cables, the mics away. Sweep the studio floor. That's how I learned. And but I was in a room with some of the most brilliant producers and engineers.
Wow.
Generation, from George Martin to Jeff Emmerich to Chris Thomas to Bill Price, John Hunter. These were great engineers. So when they threw me in the saddle and said, "Hey, we're going out and smoke. We're going to run," it's like, you got the experience, and I brought that experience back to New York. And again, I was just an assistant. I was able to get a really cool credit on. They put me with the American client. They put me with Carl Simon, and I did a record called "So Vain," and that was the very first recording that I got my name on. So
nice.
I came back to New York.
Yeah.
This record had exploded at American radio, And it was just ranked one of the top 500 songs of all time. The Rolling Stone magazine. So,
Wow.
the very first recording, and that one, June 28th, 6 years ago. I left England. And I came after years of Indian air. Any great record, sessions with Stevie Wonder and Eric Clapton playing together, and just like ridiculous sessions, and you're sweeping the floor. We did a Living Dice track with Sir George, Jeff Emmerich Engineering, and I'm
Very
sweeping the floor,
nice.
setting up emptying, 63, ashtrays for the string orchestra stuff,
Yeah.
So I brought all that experience to New York, and I got a job at Vanguard, and I got pretty involved in the New York dance scene in late '70s, and I started bringing a lot of really cool sounds to the table, Vanguard, and then people were calling me up, who did this, Arthur Baker, in her that I produced the stuff, and John Silverman and Tommy Boy Record, they wound up coming down to Vanguard, and I wound up working with Arthur, and we did all the early Bambaataa stuff for the Perfect Beat and those records. Did a lot of Tommy Boy records and Streetwise, which was Arthur's label at the time. Independent label, and that's really how I got hooked up with that whole crew and started doing all work. People would come to Vanguard. Maynard at Vanguard loved it because it wasn't costing them the dime to have me around because I was bringing in so much outside business. I was utilizing the studio, even though I'm hired by the record label.
Right. Love it.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome, man. I have to say, having a plethora of experience, even as like a staff engineer, and to be able to meet those different groups, but also when you came out with your own album, how many, so in your album, of course, back then, because I was a vinyl guy, I was all vinyl, when it comes to, listening to music, and they still got vinyl out to this day as well. So your album, I didn't catch if you said it was kind of breaking up just a little bit. When you came out with that album, how many records did you sell? Well, what was that exposure like?
So which album are you talking about?
The very first one. So I think it was the first.
So Vain, I think, was one of the songs, or the name of the album.
Millions and millions of copies. It was nominated for a Grammy in 3 categories, and it's been named one of the top 100 songs of the century, and Rolling
Stone.
So it's 18 years old. I've got my name on one of the biggest records out over the previous 2 years, and I just milked it. I really milked it.
That must have been such a surreal feeling.
Yeah, right. I mean, I had to be.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it was great because telling people that, I did a session with Mick Jagger, and go, well, what's Mick Jagger got to do with your band?
Yeah.
Singing, chorus. He sang on the chorus. He started on the second chorus, and it was Mick Jagger. And people started hearing it, and that kind of created this whole mystique about, is it about Mick Jagger? Is it about, more about that?
Yeah, that's hot, man. That's hot. Oh my God.
Even hearing you say the words Mick Jagger, like.
I got a great story. So, into the studio stumbles Harry Nilsson and Mick Jagger one evening. So they were both drunk out of their minds. And Harry Nilsson's record, Nilsson Schulson, was produced by Rick Perry, produced the Carly Simon record. So he was just coming by to see Richard and Carly hang out, and he'd bring Mick Jagger. So they're both hammered, and then Harry was going to sing, right? Harry was asleep in the lobby. We couldn't get him up. So Mick goes in and sings just the chorus line, and the rest is history. It just kind of came out that way. But the best part was we all left the studio like 4:30, and we all piled into a cab, and we went to Olympic Studios where they were mixing the live 72 tour tapes for the Rolling Stone tour.
Wow.
So here I am hanging out with John's. It's like you know, and I'm just kind of asking them all kinds of questions, and then I go outside into the studio portion, and I see this drum riser set up, the drums 3 feet off the ground, and mics underneath the platforms and everything, and I go back to India. So wow, that's an incredible drum set. Whose is that? Well, that's John Bonham's setup. Led Zeppelin's recording here.
Oh wow!
So I mean, like, you got a picture. It's like I'm 18 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say like at 18, you'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Right?
Can I just touch it real quick?
Imagine cramping in a car, you're cramping in a taxi. Carly Simon's on one side, Mick Jagger on the other, and you're in the middle. Why am I here?
Yeah, that gotta be cool, man. That would be cool. I mean, you know, in the car with Mick Jagger like that.
Like I said, even to be able to say that you were in a car with Mick Jagger.
Right.
You had me at Mick Jagger. I mean,
but a lot of people think that the song was about Mick Jagger, but it's actually not.
Okay. Well, that's a good experience, man. That's a really good experience. But, you know, just by you coming out as far as with the album and your accomplishments and things that you have done is extremely awesome. And to be able to to make eye contact and even meet Mick Jagger of all people,
yeah, I mean, he's
and
like one of
also to be on stage or just to see, something of Led Zeppelin, it's a major milestone, man. That's a huge milestone, and it's insane.
He back, a few nights later, and we're still working. It's 2 a.m, and he decides to sit down at the piano. So just him and Carly are at the piano, and they're singing old blues standards like John Hendricks songs.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Richard Perry said, "Roll the tape, roll the tape." So, here we are, 2 a.m, and Mick Jagger and Carly Simon are singing old blues records. Mick is hammered out of his mind, right?
Of course.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
That's all right, though.
There, right?
Yeah, so that
and Carly
I like
Simon
that.
too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, like, you grew up listening to some of that music, from my parents. It was a bit before me, but
I'll tell you who it's
man.
about after the show. Okay.
What's that?
I'll tell you who it's about after the show.
Okay. That's awesome.
You're so vain.
So,
Yeah,
Valerie knows. Valerie's a singer too.
Right,
Valerie's a singer too.
My parents loved it. I mean, I can tell you right now, that song was playing in my living room. I can't, like, a million times over. My mom was a huge fan and of Carly's and of Mick Jagger.
When I listen to the record now, I can still hear where every vocal dropping was.
Nice.
That was a new line she sang, and that was a new line she sang. That was a new line she sang, and it's how we pieced the whole thing together. I still hear the division in the entire recording and how we recorded the whole thing. It's like it was yesterday.
Well, that was the whole thing. That's even in the lyrics. I bet you think this song is about you.
Of course.
So it's who is this song about?
Right.
I can't wait to find out.
So Mark, we do have Mark S. Berry, I should say. We do have someone named Jeff James Antolini is checking in. He said, "Hey, Mark."
I gave Jeff a shout out on Facebook and stuff.
Did you? Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. We appreciate you. So I got another question before we get off, and we need more than just 30 minutes with you, so we got to definitely have you back on the show. But we'll keep you on so we can hear about your story after the show. But in the film industry, right? We have movies and television. Who would you love? I mean, it's kind of like a gold figure right now in regards to the question of asking is in the film industry, movies or television, who would you love to work with? That could be famous right now, or it can be up and coming. Who would you love to work with?
That's a good question.
Gosh, it's there's living in Canada and Toronto. There's really gifted performers, actors, actresses around. That's a good question. I don't really have an answer to that one. There's so many great actors around that I'd love to work with.
Yes.
No, I'm really not involved in the casting of the things, except the lead figures, because it's really the lead figures that really help bring the money to the table for us to do the proper production that we want to do.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
The incidental actors are all around. There's a great actor here in Canada, and he's a great actor and a dear friend of mine.
Okay.
To get his
Okay.
Big shout out.
We're working on a project from our story on the famous football player, the first African American to quarterback the Super Bowl team with the Miami Dolphins. So working on a project with, we're in talks with John P. Washington to play him, and hopefully it'll all together. It's just like I like, and I really with the character. I'm going to bring things to the table, help get it production the way we want to get it done.
Right. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Always look at us, because, we going to come out to Toronto. We're going to come out to Toronto, and, we're going to be up and coming.
All right. You could do some artist development,
right?
And get us in your next film.
We definitely going to make some, we're going to make some promises by coming out there. We promise you we're going to come out there to see you, Mark S. Berry. Yeah. That's for sure,
Absolutely.
I would love to definitely come out and take a look at it.
Toronto. Our office is in the heart of the entertainment district in downtown Toronto. Right around the corner from the TIFF building, the Toronto Film Festival. It's the most publicly attended film festival in the world.
All right.
Very
and
nice.
It's a great city creatively. There's lots of great stuff going on.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Before I let you go, and we'll keep you on, but we of course going live. We're gonna close that. We're gonna still talk to you afterwards. But I have a shirt for you. You see that?
Oh, beautiful.
That's for you. That's for you, sir. You know why?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You know why? It's not just because you met Mick Jagger when you were young. It's because you made that milestone.
Carly Simon.
Yeah, exactly, as well. But you also been hitting milestones as you continue to grow through your time. And your milestones with the AMG Corp has been tremendous as far as for you. And you did bring up some really good points in regards to now that everything is actually media, but we look at it as from a television, a film, and then we look at the music, and it's a package deal. Well, sir, you definitely are that package deal. And that package deal of us, everything that you have done, man, we congratulate you. And, of course, here in Chicago, we always send our love, and we appreciate you. So I will be sending this to you, sir. I will be sending this shirt to you. I hope you wear it very proudly.
I'm a T-shirt guy. I'm a big T-shirt guy.
You're a big T-shirt guy?
Big T-shirt guy.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much for giving us a glimpse of your journey. I feel like you're so unsung. Like we should give you so much more time to tell your story. I want to hear so many more of those stories, behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
So thank you for giving us a glimpse of where Mark S. Berry came from.
Street kid from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the building.
Yeah.
Brooklyn in the house.
That's right.
Brooklyn, baby.
But Mark, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. We're gonna, I'm gonna have you still keep on the side, but I'll have you go on mute for a second. But I want to thank you so much, and everybody that actually tuned in for the show today. Thank you guys so much. So once again, everybody, put your hands together for my man Mark S. Berry. Yeah.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure. All right, we'll keep you on the side, but we're gonna end off the show. All right, everybody, we gotta get out of here. But we want to thank you guys so much for actually being on the show with us. And of course, the man, the founder of the AMG Corp, has done so much as far as in his lifetime and still continuing the progress. But we want to thank, man, it was so awesome, man. Really? So awesome. But it's just, there's so much history behind as far as Mark S. Berry, right? So, and I think, of course, we're going to have to take that trip out there and do a live session with him. I'm totally okay with that. Right. Crossing the border to go to Canada, baby, right? So, once again, thank you guys so much, my co-host Valerie Malesio, and we will see you guys as we end off the show just like this. See you later.